Pokemon TCG Pocket continues to show signs of not slowing down because only a month after Triumphant Light, we have our next mid-season expansion in the form of Shining Revelry. And as the name implies, is going to be focusing on shiny versions of Pokemon, the first shiny versions that we're getting in this game, to which people on Twitter have hit the nail on the head by saying the first booster pack of shinies that scalpers can't get their hands on. And I couldn't agree more. And if we look closely, they even have different rarities. An entirely different rarity symbol is put on the shiny cards to indicate that they are shiny Pokemon. But after showing off some of their bigger cards, they show at the end of the trailer some EX starter deck missions. And this actually shows off a ton of EX cards that are going to be coming to the game, including showing us that some of the EX cards that we see as shinies will be available as their regular original palette forms. And we can see that with Charizard and Lucario having regular cards where they clearly aren't shiny. But since everything else is laid out here, we get to go ahead and take a look at some of the new EX cards that we'll be getting. Since they seem to be the stars of the show, the Charizard and Lucario EX cards, I will start off with Charizard EX having the ability Stoked to have 3 fire energy put on it in one turn is kind of crazy, given that this is the first time that we see a 5-cost energy move from any Pokemon card in Pokemon TCG Pocket with Steam Artillery. I can definitely see this going up to bat against the original Charizard EX card. They both have the same health. Maybe, just maybe, I can see the Charizard card that we have now being a little bit better. Lucario with the Aura Sphere ability being able to do 100 damage and then 30 damage to a bench Pokemon, I don't think is going to be that valuable. Definitely not more valuable than Fighting Coach Lucario that we have right now. We have Tinkaton EX, which is basically Marowak EX, however, a guaranteed 80 damage to start off with, and then flipping a coin for an additional 80 damage. We have Giratina EX, which I honestly don't think is going to be that great. It has Chaotic Impact for 130 damage, where it does 20 damage to itself, but its ability allows it to attach Psychic Energy to it. However, it says when you use this ability, your turn ends, which is something that we just haven't seen before, and I don't think that's going to be very useful, especially for a card with only 150 health. It would just do much better with being paired with Gardevoir cards for its Psychic Energy. However, at that point, there are different Psychic EX cards that are much better, such as Mewtwo. But we'll see what people do with that. It's definitely better than the other Giratina Dragon type card that we have right now. We have another Pikachu EX card different from the one that we know now that has an ability more akin to its Raichu counterpart, and I can definitely see this one competing with the Pikachu EX that we have now, especially with the fact that we don't really see our current Pikachu EX all that much. So maybe Thunderbolt will do it. However, a discard all energy ability is just a lot, especially when you have to compete with Magnezone right now, which is just a staple in the meta. And now we actually get to see region variant Pokemon such as Wugtrio EX that basically has a Dragonite ability where it's 50 damage to 3 random Pokemon. And I actually think this will be really impressive. It's a water type card, so it goes well with Manaphy, Vaporeon, everything like that. And you don't have to get specific varying energies such as Dragonite. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of Wugtrio. Speaking of variants, we have the GOATS Paldean Clodsire that has Venoshock, which works exactly just like any other Venoshock ability that we have in the game. An EX of Beedrill with Crushing Spear that does 80 damage and discards energy from the active Pokemon. And with 170 health, I can definitely see people using it. I don't know if it will be the most useful card, but I can see it being put in decks for sure. And then Bibarel EX with Carefree Press allows it to heal for 30 while doing 100 damage. And all of these are really, really cool. I like that we're getting new Pokemon from new regions and new gens, and that we're getting regional variants, which is super cool. Tell me what EX card you're most excited for, or what you think there will be a shiny version of in this game when this expansion finally comes out.